Great morning, Truth Nation. Welcome to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM, The Truth. We're broadcasting live from the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. I am the legendary Homer Blow. My girl, Bailey Coleman, will return on Monday. She's on assignment, taking care of some business. So, of course, don't forget to check into our YouTube page, and while you're there, hit that like and subscribe button. And also, you can watch us on Facebook Live. You can go all at 101.7 The Truth. And you can like and follow our Facebook page. It was a busy day for me on yesterday. I got another busy day on today. But I want to give a shout out to Alderwoman Malele Akag's daughter in doing her first event during Bronzeville Week. And I was the musical. Yeah, I was the musical conductor and chauffeur in terms of all of the things that she had going on. It's the Rooted and Natural Expo. And shout out to Sister Melissa Blue of Alamode at 1942 North Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. The event was from noon to 4 p.m., just a part of one of the many things going on this week for Bronzeville Week, which actually started on last Saturday with the Harambe Walk Run. And, of course, it was a rainy situation, but they didn't give up. They made it through. And then continued with the Bronzeville Arts and Cultural Festival on that Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Again, I was your musical conductor on the main stage. And so far, just everything has been going great. And I was really, really proud of her daughter, Kaylee, who ended up, this was her brainchild. This is something that she wanted to do, and she made it happen. And, of course, the support of everybody that supported her vision and her putting together something that she wanted to do to be a part of Bronzeville Week did what it had to do. And it was an amazing turnout. So to everybody who came out to show love and support, all good. And, of course, shout out to the sandwiches and the fruit cups and the snacks and the bottled water from Rise and Grind, which will be doing the pancakes and breakfast or pancakes and poetry coming up. And that's usually hosted by Mario the Poet. Pancakes and Poetry, 9:30 a.m. on Saturday, August 8th at Rise and Grind Cafe, 2737 North Dr. MLK Jr. Drive. So, yeah, all a part of Bronze Week as we culminate the week and a day long events. So shout out to everybody that was involved and instrumental in making that happen. So hashtag that part, hashtag facts. So with all of that being said, there are some things that I want to end up talking about with Madison. I know I like to make sure that we give updates, and there was a sighting of the mayor, and she actually spoke out for the first time. as it relates to the protesters that are out there, making sure that Corey's memory, does not go down in vain, and that they get some answers and the justice that the family needs and the community as well. And, it's important. So to see them all come together, but we got to see what all took place, what all happened, and why she made the decisions that I already said that, yeah, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. And it happened. So we do have a clip of the mayor of Madison that is speaking about why she chose to do what she did with removing the encampment and things like that. So great morning to my producer, Xavier. How you doing and feeling this morning, sir?
I'm alive.
Okay. Well, that's important because if you weren't, I wouldn't be in here. I'd be like, hello, somebody in the studio, in the producer's studio that, yeah, is not with us amongst the living anymore.
Hasn't that happened to you before?
No, I ain't had no weekend at Bernie's, bro.
Oh, no, I'm talking about when the producer went missing.
No.
Okay.
Do you know of such a time?
I guess not.
You do?
I said I guess not.
Okay. No, I'm asking because you said, hasn't that happened to me before?
Oh, I don't know. I just thought something like that happened to you one time.
Oh.
Maybe not.
Okay.
Maybe it was a different morning show.
Okay. You are, wait, now if you ask if we've had different situations, yeah, that has happened. That has happened. But we're going to listen to this clip with the mayor, and then we'll talk about it, Truth Nation. Great morning.
In Madison, the city's mayor just wrapped up a press conference on the situation playing out at the encampment on Baldwin and Williamson streets after protesters took back that site last night. This was the scene with protesters calling for justice and accountability nearly 2 weeks after Corey Ruiz was shot and killed by Madison police near this area. Police say he had a knife and injured an officer. The city started clearing that encampment early yesterday morning after it had been up for about 2 weeks. Once police left by Tuesday night, protesters did move back in. And we had crews there throughout the day and night yesterday and still have people there today. Our chief investigative reporter, in fact, Jenna Ray, live this afternoon near Williamson and Baldwin Street. And what's the situation like right now, Jenna?
Andrea, it is a completely different story this afternoon here in Madison. Again, we're at the intersection of Baldwin and Williamson, where this encampment and dozens of people have been housed for the last several weeks. Just take a look around me so you can kind of get an idea of what we're looking at. This street was filled with people over the last 2 weeks, filled with tents. Again, a full encampment encompassing basically this entire intersection. And today, about 12 hours after city workers and law enforcement were here trying to clean this up, it's pretty much clear. And city leaders and police say that, again, they've been occupying this block for the last 2 weeks. And today we heard from Madison's mayor, Satya Rhodes Conway, who says that she's been trying to seek a peaceful resolution to provide emergency assistance for dozens of unhoused people who were here without the help of law enforcement. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. Our crews were here in Madison on the ground when that plan began. We were here and we saw city workers were at the encampment kind of trying to get people to disperse. Our Mike Beermeister was here while this was happening, noting that people were getting a little riled up. Tensions were rising as these city workers were trying to move these people out of the encampment. The mayor also mentioned this morning that she says that folks who were in this encampment and asked to leave were actually offered several resources, including bus tickets and hotel rooms. All of this, she says, to offer some sort of compromise between the people who were in the encampment and the neighbors who are living on this block and people who are operating businesses on this block who say they were being negatively impacted by this. Now, as the day went on and as that sun set, things escalated and there was a small group of people who would not leave. City leaders say that they were trying to de-escalate the situation without call police, but things got out of hand. The police chief telling us this morning that there were several people arrested within the last couple of days, 22 people arrested, 10 people who received citations, all again over the last few days as they are trying to kind of come to some sort of compromise about honoring Corey Ruiz, as the mayor says, while also protecting neighbors and business interests in this area. For now, we're live in Madison. I'm Jenna Ray for TMJ4 News.
Okay, appreciate that report, Jenna. Good to see that tensions have cooled for now, but of course that conversation and resolution
continuing to give updates as it
thanks,
relates to that situation, because it is an ongoing situation. It's an ongoing situation. But, and speaking of an ongoing situation, this morning I will read someone who appears to have reversed their stance. That is one of our leading governor candidates, Francesca Hung. And in the last days of the Democratic primary for governor, Francesca Hung is reversing her past support for defunding and eliminating police and walking black accusations of racism that she has made against law enforcement officers. I think, is that strategic to, well, maybe I won't be doing that. So I just say for, and I'll read more of this particular story that is on Milwaukee Journal Sentinel online to tell you, all of the things that she said and questions that were asked of her, and she didn't comment. She had no comment. So it's one of those situations, in my opinion, you're going to learn today. You're going to learn today. And as always, remember, Truth Nation, the Truth Talk text lines are always open for you at 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. You can call in. You can leave a text, whatever you need to do to make sure that your voice and your truth is heard. Already on our YouTube page, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. Nurse Arian Kawanda, Sincere Ronnie Ray Real, Anita Nicole, Lori Patterson, Bruce City. Great morning. Love y'all and appreciate you all. Got to get ready to take care of our first set of bills again. Welcome to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM. I'll be black.
Don't touch that dial. Truth in the Morning will be right back on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient source of energy delivered directly to you through underground pipelines. The pipeline system has an excellent safety record, but there are clues that can help you identify a potential hazard. If you smell the strong odor of rotten eggs, hear an unusual hissing sound, or see blowing dirt or debris, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the area immediately and call We Energies at 800-261-5325.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
Milwaukee, your weekdays have a new rhythm. Start your mornings with conversations that matter.
Again, I'm the legendary Homer Blow, along with my girl,
Bailey Coleman.
Truth in the Morning with Homer Blow and Bailey Coleman. Weekdays, 7 to 9 a.m. Then keep it locked with the voice of the community.
And the more you know and the more skills you have, the more training you have, the better off your community is.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, 9 a.m. to noon. Lunch is on us. Turning up your midday vibe.
It's your boy Ray Nitty and my co-host Maybe Shannon.
It's the lunch break with Ray Nitty and Maybe Shannon, noon to 2 p.m. And don't stop there. Keep the conversation going with The Grapevine with Manan Sabir.
That's right, I'm your host, Manan Sabir.
Bringing the stories and voices you need to hear, 2 to 4 p.m. Then we're closing out your day with energy. Lots of it.
Your girl Jazz Tyler, we are live and direct.
Tap in with Jazz Tyler every afternoon, 4 to 7 p.m. Your home for Milwaukee Conversations. The award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
In the United States, a vehicle is stolen every 31 seconds, about as long as this message. Luckily, you can take a few easy steps to protect your car in the same amount of time. Remove your valuables, roll up your windows, don't leave your car running unattended, lock your doors, and take your keys or fob. If you have information about a crime, call the police. If you suspect insurance fraud, also call 800-TEL-NICB. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
You are listening to Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Welcome back, Troop Nation. Yeah, in this situation, before we went to take care of some bills, I was speaking about candidate for governor, Democratic primary that is up and coming on August 11th. Remember, you can still early vote. Of course, if you choose to wait until the day of, Tuesday, August 11th, 7 a.m., polls will open. Make sure you get your vote in. Make sure your vote is heard. Make sure that your right is expressed on August 11th if you have not already early voted. And the leading Democratic primary candidate, the Democratic gubernatorial candidate, Francesca Hung, is walking back previous support for defunding police. Hung recently stated she would not abolish the police and no longer believes they exist to uphold white supremacy. Wisconsin Police Association leader noted the reversal, but questioned if her underlying views have changed. Polling shows a majority of Wisconsin voters favor increasing state funding for police. So in full, I'll read this again. This is on Milwaukee JS Online. Hung, a Democratic socialist who leads the primary field in statewide polling, is on track to secure the Democratic Party's nomination for governor and faces a general electorate that largely supports police and wants more funding for them, not less. In an August 4th interview on the national podcast Pod Save America, Hong said she would not abolish the police, and when asked if she still holds the view that police exist to uphold white supremacy, as she posted in 2020, Hong said, "No. My views have only become stronger in that I'm serious about public safety, and I will not abolish the police. My views are that people are struggling right now and need basic needs met, and I want to focus on stopping violent crime and giving law enforcement the resources and the training that they need, but ensure that we are also holding accountable law enforcement that does not follow the law," Hong said. When asked when she changed her belief that police support white supremacy, Hong did not answer. Instead, she said, "When you talk to people who are most justice impacted, a mother who lost a child to police violence, people who have contended with injustices in historically marginalized communities, but justice also looks like making sure that we are implementing solutions and helping to change the material conditions of people's lives." Hung will undoubtedly face headwinds over her comments about law enforcement. 78% of Wisconsin voters surveyed in a 2022 poll by the Marquette University Law School said they favored increasing state funding for police. She began walking back her past comments on police in recent weeks, most notably during a July 28th televised debate when she provided an emphatic no to a question about whether she would sign legislation that decreases funding for police. The comment turned heads because Hung has repeatedly said she supported the idea of reducing funding for police and abolishing law enforcement altogether. Jim Palmer, executive director of the Wisconsin Professional Police Association, said his law enforcement advocacy group welcomes Hong's new statement. Those are significant reversals of positions that were deeply offensive to law enforcement officers and fundamentally inconsistent with the realities of public safety, Palmer said. But Palmer said it's more difficult to determine whether her broader views have genuinely changed. Given Hong's reaction to the recent fatal police shooting of Corey, he was a black Madison man who police say injured an officer with a knife before an officer shot him, killing him. Hong called the shooting an execution and characterized it as state-sanctioned violence and questioned officers' decision to arrest the man. Those comments reflect the same troubling willingness to assume the worst about police officers before the evidence is known, Palmer said. Representative Hong may have changed the language she uses to describe her position, but her response to this incident gives law enforcement officers and the general public understandable reason to question how much her underlying perspective has actually changed. A spokeswoman for Hong did not immediately respond to Palmer's comments. Voters will decide on August 11th which Democratic candidate for governor should face likely Republican candidate for governor Tom Tiffany in the general election. Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley is Hong's top opponent in the primary. Palmer's group is not affiliated with political parties and has endorsed candidates from both major political ideologies in the past. He said the group evaluates elected officials and candidates based on their records and positions, not their political party. He said there are meaningful distinctions among these three top candidates. Palmer said Crowley's response to Corey's shooting was considerably more measured than Francesca Hong's. He expressed concern about what occurred, but also indicated that he wanted to hear the officer's explanation and the police account before reaching a conclusion, Palmer said. We may not agree with every comparison or policy emphasis he has made, but he has generally approached public safety as requiring both effective law enforcement and investments aimed at preventing violence. So, this story was done by Molly Beck of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. And, I want to know, Truth Nation, we can put up a poll and find out, do you believe that this last-minute change of heart by Francesca Hong, do you believe it's genuine? Do you believe her? I think it's a political ploy. I think it's a political ploy. I think that with the comments that she made at the protesters' rally and encampment sites, that her stance is still the same. I think that whoever her handlers are, that they said, look, you're going to have to change that because that could cost you. That could cost you. You going up there speaking out and saying what you said up there in Madison could cost you that election that is upcoming on August 11th. So I think her handlers got to her and said, and even some of her supporters said, look, for now, just say that you don't feel that way. But when this just happened with Corey, your opinions emanated the same thing, in my opinion. So, again, we want to get the poll up. Do you think that her retraction, her blackjacking, do you believe that it was genuine or not? Do you believe her or not? Do you believe this new stance that she has taken, saying that, oh no, I'm not, and I think it's a political ploy, and she's just trying to get elected. So that is the question. So 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. Of course, I'll give one of her biggest supporters, our producer, Xavier, to get his opinion. But again, Truth Nation, in hearing that she has now reversed her stance, but which seemed still prominent when the death of Corey Ruiz was happened, and she went out there, and they even have audio clips that show her taking that stance and saying what she was saying. But now all of a sudden, yeah, I'm not on that anymore. So it's one thing if it changed a long time ago, but this just literally changed in an instant. Our producer, Xavier, great morning again. What's your truth on this? What do you think about that? This is your candidate of choice.
Well, I mean, the statement defund the police is a toxic and loaded thing it was the people that put out that whole statement or that whole slogan was it was toxic or whatever. When people say defund the police, they mean restructure, reform. When people are having mental health cases, they don't need someone coming with a gun. They need someone that actually has mental health experience and stuff like that. That's what that slogan means, but yeah, I wouldn't say politically anyone that had that stance before can't come out and say that because the term is toxic.
Yeah, but
and is misconstrued when people, because just like what's happening now, you think that she wants to get rid of all the cops. Like that's not possible.
How long ago did Corey? This is where I'm going. It's one thing for me, and this is just my opinion and my truth. If you come out well before that with those kind of retractions and reversing your stance, that's one thing. You just continue. She just re-emphasized her stand on that when Corey lost his life in Madison at the hand of law enforcement. So you were just there again, reiterating like, yeah, this is my stance on this. But now all of a sudden, here we are, just days away from the primary election, and boom.
Do you have her direct statements?
I changed.
I don't know what the
I
statement
changed.
Was.
I read it in that long-ass report that I just did for the Journal Sentinel. So I'm not going to try to go black and just dig that out. But again, it's like all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? But while she was up there in Madison standing with the protesters, she still had the same stance.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is it's politics,
yeah, and so that's where I got a problem with.
And I would say that, like I said, the term defund the police is a toxic term that could be misconstrued when, I know the actual meaning of it is like actually reform so we can have more
we know
police
what
safety.
The actual meaning is.
Yes.
But again, she stood on business in continuing to push that narrative. And now all of a sudden, just after still pushing the same narrative, just a few weeks ago, pushing the same narrative. Now, I changed. I think she's changed because of the election and how that could end up hurting her chances of and where Tom Tiffany and whoever, you know what I'm saying, the opponent may be, is going to light her ass up because of that. So that's where I'm going with it.
Yeah.
But make sure y'all vote in the poll. It is up on YouTube now. Again, it's, do you believe that Francesca Hung's new stance on police, is it genuine, or is this, she's doing it to become more electable? You know what I'm saying? Receive the votes. I think that it is a ploy.
Yeah, but
do you believe that her stance has changed? Yes or no?
Because think about this. In reality, think if say she wins the governorship or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. I'll let you get that
it's impossible for her to even get rid of the police or abolish the police.
Well, but again,
impossible.
so that kind of lets you know, like, what the hell kind of mind state. I'm gonna let you go ahead and get that. But that also tells me, like, what the hell is your mind state for real? And again, as has been broken down with the fact of the time that she's been up there, to out of 248 things to only get one thing passed. That says a lot. That says a lot. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. Truth Nation, I definitely want to hear from you. I definitely want to see what your position is. Do you think this is a political ploy, the reason that she's all of a sudden changed the stance, or is it genuine? Do you think it's genuine? So 833-212-1017. Truth in the Morning. I am the legendary Homer Blow. I'll be black.
Truth in the Morning returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Are you looking for a place to shop that offers a fair market price? You need to visit Century Food Store on 92nd and Lisbon Avenue. This week, buy Kellogg cereal for $3.99. Bone and Southern style pork ribs for $1.99. Smart Ones entrees, 5 for $10. Apple pie for $5.99. Southern peaches for $1.99. And Tyson chicken nuggets for $5.99. So what you waiting for? You can also order groceries through DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Instacart, or stop by Century Foods at 92nd and Lisbon Avenue today.
I'm Chris Jackamick. I served in the United States Air Force, and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is, my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jackamick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com, with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
'Cause remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
You are listening to Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Milwaukee, mark your calendars and join us for the Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 22nd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Riverside University High School. It's free and fun for the entire family, featuring great music, community resources, family activities, and Black to School support to help students get ready for a successful school year. If you're interested in volunteering, visit the Truth's website at 1017thetruth.com to complete the volunteer form, or by emailing Sierra, that's CIERRA .Brown at MilwaukeeBlackMedia.com. That's Sierra, CIERRA .Brown at MilwaukeeBlackMedia.com. Bring the whole family and experience one of Milwaukee's favorite community celebrations, Truth Family Fest, happening Saturday, August 22nd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Special thanks to Educators Credit Union, American Family Insurance, Milwaukee Public Schools, Artists Working in Education, City of Milwaukee Department of Community Wellness and Safety, and Ascension. Welcome, Black, to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 FM. I am the legendary Homer Blow. My girl Bailey Coleman will join me again on Monday. And we are currently talking about the reverse stance all of a sudden. The reverse stance all of a sudden from Democratic primary for governor candidate Francesca Hong. She's reversing her past support for defunding and eliminating police and walking black accusations of racism that she has made against law enforcement officers. So we're going to go to the True Talk text lines, 833-212-1017. Michael, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. You hear the conversation. What's your truth?
I believe that she is just changing for the benefit of the election coming up. And talking about law enforcement, the way she was doing, that is wrong because they're out there to do their job. They have to do their job and everything. And I also want to give a shout out to Bailey, who's not there this morning, but I miss her, and I'm happy to talk with you, Homer. And you take care, and I love you, and I appreciate you.
All right, love you and appreciate you too. Again, 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. That is our True Talk text line. Again, it seems like clear as day. We do have a poll up on our YouTube page. Again, 1017 The Truth. Do you believe that Francesca Hong's new stance on police, do you believe it? Yes or no? And my answer is absolutely no. She's trying to change her image and stance on something that even just a few weeks ago she reiterated that this was her stance. You know what I mean? So now all of a sudden here we are, like I say, days from the election. And I think her handler, and I'm not mad because I think that it's important if you got handlers that know, like, nah, this ain't a good look. And then when you went up there to Madison and, you know what I'm saying, said what you said, standing with them, that, yeah, you know, you might lose some supporters and you might lose some voters. You might lose your chance of certain endorsements or whatnot because of that stance. And I think that what happened, obviously, was a tragedy with Corey. And to kind of, you know, take that opportunity, if that's how you really feel, and you take that opportunity to stand on business with your past claims on how you feel about law enforcement and white supremacy and things of that nature. But now all of a sudden, here we are in the final stretch before August 11th, and it's a role reversal. It's a role reversal. So what are the yeses? What are the percentages on yes? What are the percentages on no? Do you believe Francesca Hong's new stance on police? If you do believe that, then you'd vote yes. If you think that it's just a ploy, you'd vote no, just so you have an understanding. So what are we looking at?
Is sitting at 75% no, 25% yes.
Yeah. So, I think, again, the writing is on the wall as it relates to her believability on that. I don't think that she's really turned the corner on that. I think that she's taking this opportunity because she got some people in her camp. It was like, nope, we got to get out. Nope, we can't be on that part no more. Nope. You can still be on it, but you got to say that you ain't on it in order to get over this hurdle and make it to, the finals. So I think that's why, she ended up, like I say, changing her stance on it. And that's it. That's all. So, yeah, see how you flip, but then talk about other people when certain things may change for them. But that ain't no fun when the rabbit has the weapon. We'll just say it like that. When the rabbit has the weapon. But, yeah, all of a sudden it's change your heart. Just kind of amazing, huh? All right. Another situation, we'll still leave that poll up to get your opinion, but I think that most people thus far are understanding and riding with the fact that this is really just a ploy, to stay believable. Like, yeah, I'm not, I don't support this, I don't support that. Yeah. But yep, that part. Another thing, we haven't heard from the owner of the Sherman Park grocery store in a minute, but he's speaking out now because of the new SNAP benefits rule. And it's saying Milwaukee grocers warn that the new federal SNAP rule could strain small stores serving
Grocery
underserved
and convenience
communities.
stores nationwide.
So there's a new situation and addition that is now being carried out, and he was already hurting, but then there was something that was passed by the Common Council to give some benefits and support to some of the small grocers in our communities. And so I hadn't heard the cry for help of saying, hey, look, if we don't get some more business, we're going to have to end up shutting down. We don't want to shut down. But with the way that things are going and all of this and all of that, we are not going to be able to sustain. And then you'll have another business in the community that would be gone. Well, now he's speaking out again, saying that these new federal rules that will require grocery and convenience stores that accept supplemental nutrition assistance program benefits, which is SNAP, that to stock more food varieties. So I just want to get your thoughts on this. And do you believe that it's unfair? And I get it. The 7 varieties of items across 4 categories of staple foods: protein, grains, dairy, and fruits and vegetables. That is more than double the number of foods currently required in each category. So, I want to end up playing the clip, but we'll play it after we get into our next break, because I want to definitely talk about it and get your truth on it. Do you understand how this is going to push some smaller stores out of business because of this new federal SNAP benefit requirement of what you have to have in your store? Or are these things that are needed in all of our stores, whether you're a small store or not? But again, we'll get to hear his truth and him explaining why and how this could potentially put his store as well as a lot of other smaller stores out of business. I don't think it's an issue for a lot of the bigger stores. The issue with a lot of the bigger stores is, are they closing too? And not because of the new SNAP benefit federal requirements either. So you're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM. I got to get ready to take care of some bills. So when we return, we will play this clip where we will get to hear from Maurice Wentz, owner of Sherman Park Grocery Store, where he says that more than a third of his customers rely on federal assistance. And he said his small business, like his, feel a critical need in the community, but he don't know what's going to happen with this new SNAP benefit policy that's coming into effect. So we're going to take care of these bills, and I'll be black.
Truth in the Morning returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
At Versity on King, we believe taking care of our community starts right here, together. Every day, neighbors step up to donate blood, helping save lives in Milwaukee and beyond. But Versity on King is more than a donor center. It's a place for health education, community connection, and support, especially for families facing conditions like sickle cell disease. When you donate blood, you're not just giving, you're showing up for your community. Visit versity.org/VersityOnKing to learn more or schedule your donation today. Versity on King, rooted in community, powered by hope.
Milwaukee didn't wait for the state to fix its schools. Milwaukee built its own answers. Public charter schools, choice schools, schools where 100% of last year's Hmong American Peace Academy graduates were accepted to college. Francesca Hong wants to end that. Her plan would phase out school choice and shut down public charter schools, the very schools Black and brown families in this city rely on. On August 11th, vote for candidates who fight for our kids. Paid for by Leaders for a Better Community, Inc.
This is an urgent message about voting in Wisconsin. The primary election is August 11th. This is your chance to help decide Wisconsin's future. Early voting is happening right now, and Election Day is next Tuesday, August 11th. Go to myvote.wi.gov to find your polling place. And remember, you can register to vote right up through Election Day. Make your voice heard. Go vote. Paid for by Wisconsin Future Rising.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
You are listening to Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Welcome, Black Truth Nation, to Truth in the Morning. Before we went to take care of some bills, I was talking about one of the next topics of discussion. A Milwaukee grocer warns that new federal SNAP rule could strain small stores that are serving underserved communities. So we do have a clip on TMJ4, so to kind of bring you into the mix, you get a better understanding of why he's saying that this could end up being a problem for a lot of the smaller grocery stores trying to comply with these new SNAP benefit requirements from the federal government. So, Xavier, if you could play that clip.
Grocery and convenience stores nationwide will soon be required to stock more foods and perishables on their shelves if they want to accept federal food assistance like SNAP and EBT. I talked to the owner of this local grocery store. He says this will ultimately affect their bottom line and many of the customers they serve.
And we know that there's a razor-thin profit in groceries.
According to the USDA Food and Nutrition Administration, the new rule will require retailers that accept SNAP benefits to now carry 7 varieties of items across 4 categories of staple foods, being proteins, grains, dairy, and fruits and vegetables. It's more than double the number of foods currently required in each of those categories.
Any increase in vendor costs and purchasing and increasing those things, that cost is literally passed on to the customers.
Maurice Wentz is the owner of Sherman Park Grocery Store. He says more than a third of his customers rely on federal assistance. He says small businesses like his fill a need in the community.
Not just grocery stores are leaving, but pharmacies are leaving, and we're finding ourselves food insecurity and pharmacy insecurity. And folks like myself are still committed to the vision and the mission and saying, we're here.
When the new rule was announced, the U.S. Secretary of Agriculture, Brooke L. Rowland, said the requirements put, quote, real food first. She also said, quote, SNAP authorized retailers accept over $90 billion a year or $236 million a day in taxpayer dollars. The USDA is making sure they're actually in the business of selling food. On Tuesday, Governor Evers published a letter to Rowlands urging her to rescind the rule, saying it would harm small businesses and Wisconsinites who rely on smaller stores.
Food is justice.
The Hunger Task Force sent me a statement saying, in part, quote, Hunger Task Force is concerned that these changes will impact both small and combination stores, which are critical points of food and grocery access in rural communities and food deserts across our state. The USDA says SNAP retailers must implement the new requirements no later than November 4th. In Milwaukee, Meryl Hubbard, TMJ4 News.
get rectified. Saying still no sound, still no sound. We're working. Okay, all right. Let us know now if you hear it, because Xavier said in the chat, no sound. Help. So we're all right. All right. So you should be catching up. You should be catching up, and it should be where it needs to be. We apologize for any inconvenience. And Truth Nation, thank you for sounding off and allowing me to know. So I don't know where you caught me at while you could still hear, but I'm glad that we got the sound regulated. It and yep, and it's fixed now. Mahdi said, Mid-Eastern people eating great off America. They're owning gas stations, car lots, groceries, liquor stores, tobacco stores. They making millions. Black people don't own nothing but one gas station. Yeah, it's a sad truth. But do we, but it brings to mind one of the things that I've talked about in the past on this show. Do we truly support when we do have Black-owned and operated establishments and businesses? Do we truly support them? Because I don't know of too many businesses, and this is not a new stance for me. I don't know too many businesses, Black-owned or not, that if you're doing great business, you're making money. I don't see you just saying, I'm getting ready to close because I'm just making too much money. I don't see that. Even with Black-owned and operated gas stations. The begging, and yes, I say the begging, in my opinion, that the gas station on 8th and Atkinson has to do to try to get people to shop there, to get their gas from there, to support the in-house restaurant that is inside of there. It's like they have to constantly try to remind people, whereas all these other gas stations, they don't have to remind you. They just open. they just open and we go. They just open and we go. So that, is a problem as well. Like a lot of people that talked about the Center Street Fish Market. And again, I've never changed my view on that, where the community and Black people in general that said how much they loved the Center Street Fish Market, were you still supporting it? Or did your support fall off? And now they sitting there with something that is not really making money. They still have overhead that they have to meet. They still have insurance that they have to pay, but they're not having the amount of business that would make it all make sense. So, how long do you survive? Because now I'm hearing that the new store that is there, the new fish and chicken place that is there, Fry Boss or something like that, that is not owned by a Black person. But we tend to complain when those businesses close. But again, I have not seen a business that was like booming, making money, just decide to say, we up out of here. We're going to close it. And who wants to buy this? I just haven't seen that. I think that, we talk a good game about supporting. And also, I always thought that it was crazy that we have to say we Black owned. You get what I'm saying? Like, go. How many people order stuff offline and you don't know who owns the company? You don't know who owns the business. But you shop till you drop. But for a lot of Black-owned businesses, they put up, Black-owned, you know what I'm saying? This is, and I think that just business should be able to be business. But we know that, unfortunately, that doesn't work that way in our community a lot of times. So for those who are, able to get it and sustain or survive, good. But we are a hard sell to our own people. Now, don't get me wrong. In the mix of that, you got some black businesses that just ain't doing right, and they're creating their own demise. But there are a lot of black-owned and operated businesses that are doing the right thing, grocery stores, the whole nine. But if you're not coming to support those stores in the volumes that they need to continue to maintain their overhead, employees, and, all of the things that make that business run, I understand why some of them are crying out for help and saying, look, we're about to close. We're going to have to. But then the community will jump out and say, see, we done lost another one. Ask yourself why. We got to get ready to take care of some bills as we move to the top of the hour. I am the legendary Homer Blow. My girl Bailey Coleman will return on Monday. The True Talk text lines are open at 833-212-1017. Why are we going by the wayside when it relates to black-owned and operated businesses, whether it's a small grocery store, gas stations? Why are we dying out in those areas? We'll be black.
Truth in the Morning returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
Yi Leng Zhang was born in Warsaw, the son of refugees who fled communism in search of freedom. His parents taught him that freedom comes with responsibility. And for Yi, that means being accountable to every person he serves. School board treasurer, county supervisor, village trustee, a nonprofit leader. Yi Leng Zhang has managed multi-million-dollar taxpayer budgets at every level. And now he's ready to be a watchdog for Wisconsin. That's why Yi is endorsed by Senator Tammy Baldwin. Baldwin says Yi brings, quote, real budget experience from the school board, the county board, and the nonprofit world. She says he'll, quote, protect our school trust funds, return unclaimed money to families who earned it, and bring accountability to an office that demands it. Yi Leng Zhang for State Treasurer, a watchdog for your money.
Paid for by Yi for Wisconsin.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Milwaukee, mark your calendars. Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 22nd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Riverside University High School. Interested in volunteering? Visit truthfamilyfest.com or by emailing Sierra, CIERRA.brown@MilwaukeeBlackMedia.com. Special thanks to Educators Credit Union, American Family Insurance, Milwaukee Public Schools, Artists Working in Education, City of Milwaukee, Department of Community Wellness and Safety, and Ascension for helping make this event possible.
Are people around me safe when I vape? Science does not support that belief. Exhaled vape emissions linger in the air, affecting indoor air quality and bystanders in the same space through secondhand exposure. Vaping emissions can also accumulate on clothes, hair, dust, and furniture, leading to exposure risks to bystanders of all ages. And vaping around a pregnant person can lead to serious health impacts on fetal and childhood development. Enough with the puff. Learn more at ul.org/vaping.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Milwaukee Black Talk lives here on 101.7 FM and 1510 AM, W269DL Milwaukee, and WGKB Waukesha.
You are listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
If you were supposed to be at work at 8 a.m., you're late. That's right. Late. Bring that bed down a little bit. end up having laryngitis. We're talking about the new SNAP benefits that Maurice Wentz, owner of Sherman Park Grocery on Fond du Lac here in Milwaukee, is saying that with the new addition of things that all stores that accept SNAP benefits will have to have these 7 items, or they would lose their right to be able to be included in that program. So your EBT, your Quest cards, you name it. That would then become an issue. But it also led into the fact that there's a lot of Black-owned and operated businesses that if they have to close their doors due to this new policy, as well as some other small grocery stores or businesses would have to close their doors, there will be an outcry from the community oftentimes saying, we done lost enough. See. My thing is, are we really supporting the Black-owned and operated businesses? And also, in some cases, why do we have to just try to highlight that we're a Black-owned and operated business? And like I said, I just don't see people that are saying that. People just go. You don't ask if the beauty supply store is owned by foreigners or not. You go. And you go in large numbers. And you fight in them as well. But we're going to go to the Truth Talk text lines, 833-212-1017. Well, yeah, what is the key? What is the key to survival of Black-owned and operated businesses inside our community? We've got Al, MKE. Great morning. I love you. I appreciate you. You hear the conversation, Al. What's your truth?
My truth is you run it like a business. Stop saying black businesses. There's not enough black money to survive off of black business. Number 2, you have to advertise. Number 3, think outside the box. Government is not going to help you. FYI, they gave y'all heads up a long time what they was going to do with the staff. If you didn't bust a move, that's on you. Number 4, if you are a grocery store, stop looking for government to help you. Why you ain't trying to go up north to the rural farms, buy from these local farmers to keep your store stocked? And furthermore, there's no pride in black people when it comes to patronizing black businesses, because a lot of these businesses was owned by black people before they sold it to the Arabics. All right? So when you have a black business, either you're gonna deal with an attitude, they're gonna open after or close before, all right, or they're gonna take 2 pieces of fish and say you got a 4-piece where they just broke 2 fillets. So those are the things you have to look at. If you're gonna be a business and run it like a business. I want everybody money. Do you hear the Jews say that?
Right.
And the Jews got a grocery store right in their neighborhood, but they ain't gonna tell you.
Right.
And the black people got to stop thinking the government is going to help you with your business. They got a junkie over help. What the hell make you think they're going to help keep your grocery store open?
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have pride in your neighborhood, it ain't going to be a pride in black business. Because if you had pride in your neighborhood, you will have pride in that black business. So you can't have one without the other. It's like saying you can get good and cheap in the same category. Absolutely not. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you very much, Al, MKE. Again, Truth Talk text lines are open at 833-212-1017. I'd like to know what's your truth. What are we missing? What are we missing when the support is just not there for our Black-owned and operated businesses that tend to go under, shortly after opening? Like some may have a year, 2 years, but a lot don't even make it to the 5-year benchmark to where it really becomes financially profitable. Anybody that really understands business knows, well, you should know, but that's why I say if you understand, like your first 5 years, you're not really going to, with the investments that you're making into that business and all of those things, you're really not going to start seeing the kind of profit that you want to see until after 5 years. So if you're going in trying to hit it and quit it, yeah, you're going to close because you're not going to see it. It's not going to go as quick as some people may want it to go. And you may get a burst of energy. All right, I'm open. All right, bam, great. You got lines until you don't. It dies down quick in our community, in my opinion, just from looking at it. So again, True Talk text lines are open, 833-212-1017. I want to know what's your thought on this. Mahdi said, it's a slave mindset, Homer. It's so sad that 1.7 trillion black people spend, targets get 1.2 million of black dollars. I can't make this up. Farrakhan, Malcolm X told them black dollars, black dollars. Will D9 said, it's funny when you listen to commercials lately, all you hear at the middle or the end, it's a military vet-owned or God-fearing person, and people show up, but we don't do the same for our own when it's black-owned. Hashtag that part, hashtag facts. And I think that part of it is, Mahdi said, all the pretty girls wear bonnets and Crocs. That you stupid. You stupid. Mahdi also said Fourth and North Avenue is the only black-owned hair store. And are they racking up like some of the other stores that you see? You know, that is the bigger question. That is the bigger question. A lot of these people are holding on by just a thread. Just a thread. Mahdi had said earlier, weed smokers got the munchies too. Fast and friendly, making millions in the hood. Right. Never talk about being in jeopardy of closing. You know? Let's see. Mahdi said, I'm going to buy you some bonnets and Crocs. He was talking about to Nurse Arian Kawanda. She said, don't waste your time or money. I'm good. E. Gibson said, we support, but these businesses have poor business plans and do not diversify their customers. Well, you know, but see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. And some people may pay attention to this, but I think a lot of them don't. We don't end up we go support all these other businesses, but I just challenge somebody to tell me how often some of the foreigners come and buy from your store on a regular basis. How many white people come into your store on a regular basis? Like you can go into other box stores and end up seeing just some of everybody there. We will go support their businesses, in my opinion, but they won't come and support ours. They won't. They won't. I haven't seen it, not in abundance. So I'm not saying that no foreigner or no white person or race has ever shopped at a black-owned and operated business. But I'm just saying to the degree that we do. We whatever they put out, we going. They tell us it's a new store opening up, we going. We can have grand openings, and unfortunately, because of the lack of support, we get a grand closing. I did acknowledge that those businesses have to do good business as well, because you can't and shouldn't expect us to just come just because you're black-owned and operated. If you're not doing good business, then no, I'm not going to support you if you're not doing good business. So we have to help ourselves and do that and just be a good business. You know, whatever color you are, just do good business. When we talk about being targeted, when we go into some of these other stores and from hair stores to whatever else, they look at how they following us around, this, that, and the other. But you still going. You'll talk about it, but you still go. It's crazy. And that's it. Mahdi said, Mr. Homer, on my daddy's side, other races will never support black business. You have a strong point. Facts. But they do support some businesses. You get what I'm saying? But the ones that are connected in our inner city and other places, now, they not coming in lining up. They not. And the sad thing is you can end up having something that is not race related that comes in. You can have something that if it's Pokemon cards and they're doing it somewhere in the central inner city, they'll pull up. They'll pull up. But they won't go and shop at some of the other businesses that are there. And that's crazy. And so when are we going to understand the power of our dollar and be like, okay, y'all ain't going to come to us. We ain't coming to you. We've got people that do and supply pretty much everything that any other race or ethnicity may have, whether it's foreign stores, whether it's white-owned stores. We got black businesses that supply the same thing. But they don't get the kind of support that they need. They don't. And I don't know if it's because we judge it on the lack of professionalism by some of the black-owned and operated businesses, and we just take it out on all of them, and we just make it a blanket statement to be like, you know what? Now, see, that's why I don't shop with black people. No, if that business didn't do you right and you went the proper procedures with, may I speak to the manager? May I speak to, do all the things. Sometimes you have a bad experience and you don't even go up the ladder to see if they're going to rectify it or make it right. You just say, I ain't going there no more. And guess what? You don't go there no more. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM. I got to take care of these bills. I'll be black.
Truth in the Morning returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
Want to save money on energy bills? With free tools from We Energies, you're in control. Manage your energy use with easy tips. Earn rebates on home upgrades, calculate your energy use, create savings goals, view and compare bills, and more. With We Energies, the energy info you need is at your fingertips. Save your way at weenergies.com/simple savings or download the app. We Energies. Simple steps, real savings.
Milwaukee parents are speaking with their choices. Today, almost half of all Milwaukee kids attend a school outside of MPS. In public charter schools, in choice schools, in schools their families choose to build a future around. These parents don't need permission. They need protection. On August 11th, vote in the primary for candidates who will fight for every Milwaukee family's right to choose. Learn more at cfcactionfund.org.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
You are listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
Looking to discover and support local businesses in our community? Then make sure you tune in every Friday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time to Truth in the Morning with the legendary Homer Blow and Bailey Coleman for What the Business Is, powered by We Energies. Each week, you'll hear from local business owners as they share what their business is, where they're located, and one valuable lesson they've learned along the way. We Energies is proud to help power local businesses and the communities that they serve. Don't miss What the Business Is every Friday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, only on Truth in the Morning with the legendary Homer Blow and my girl Bailey Coleman. Powered by We Energies, delivering the energy that powers local businesses. And it was just so ironic that that ended up being something that I needed to talk about because we're talking about local businesses with this. So 833-212-1017, we're talking about the lack of support for our own businesses that we have in our community and how quick we are to just support other people and how sometimes you can have one bad incident or felt like something didn't go your way. Maybe you went up and done it the right way with trying to get to the manager or somebody in charge, or maybe you just said, I didn't like how this happened and I'm never coming again, and I'm going to get on social media and post it so nobody else come. But we do have Tracy on our Truth Talk text lines, 833-212-1017. Great morning, Tracy. I love you. I appreciate you. You hear the conversation. What's your truth?
Good morning. Thanks for taking my call.
Absolutely.
I have two different scenarios. The first one is, when a black person open up a business compared to when a white person opens up one. Now, when a white person open up one, the community rallies behind them. They come in, they spend money with them, they give them extra money, and they support that business. But a lot of times when a black business open up, the first thing you're going to see, this is from experience, somebody going to come in there and be like, oh, man, I didn't know you had this. Let me get a hookup. That just kills it right there. I just opened this business up. You didn't know I had it here. Now you know it's here, and you already want a hookup instead of just coming in here spending money.
Right.
Why do we do that? Why do we do that? Just like when I first started selling ribs, you don't know how many people was like, let me get a hookup. So I started breaking it down to them. I said, the first time you went to Kentucky Fried Chicken, did you ask for a sample? Or did you just go in there and buy that chicken? Or did you, when you go to Zaza's, do you ask them for a hookup? No, you go spend your money.
Yep.
Why we always got to hook each other up? We just started. Start the business is hard enough, but now I got to give you a deal? You ain't even spent no money with me yet.
Yeah, and
because I know you, you figure I owe you something.
Yep, and one of the other
that taints the whole process.
One of the other sad things, Tracy, is this, because your point is right on point. It is exactly on point, unfortunately. But one of the things is that at the same time, we hate for people to look down on us and act like everybody is poor and nobody, has this or has that. But we do. We have a lot of people that disrespect the businesses that we do have. It's cheaper over here. Well, guess what? If we attended and supported the stores that are black owned and operated, they could work in volumes too. The reason that a lot of those stores are able to have some prices that may be lower than some black-owned and operated businesses is because the amount of volume. They're able to order things in bulk. Yeah, they're able to order things in bulk.
People are coming in buying this stuff,
yes,
so they
it
just
ain't
buy
sitting
a
there.
lot of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it a lot, and then it has to do with, for some reason, why our customer service, it needs an overhaul.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it's kind of sad, man. You go to these places,
sad. It's very sad.
And it's like, I want to come spend money with you, but I can hear you all the way outside before I even get in the building.
Yep.
And then I get in there. I ain't have nothing to do with whatever you upset about. Now I got to get the brunt of that.
Yep.
I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I know we know how to run a business. I just don't know. It's like people don't even care. People don't even care. They don't take pride. It's a lot of factors. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Some stores say they open at 5 in the morning. When you get there, they open.
Mm-hmm.
Some stores, and then you get there, they ain't even open. Then you don't know what days they open. Sometimes they open. You get there, then they got their family in there, so they close, but they serving the members of their family. And it be so many games being played, and you got stuff going in through the back door, going out the front and in and out. There's so many things going on that play into this, the reason we can't hold on to anything.
Yeah.
And I'd like to know because I grew up, I've been up here since 1974.
Mm-hmm.
And every store I used to go to was black-owned, the corner stores. I'm trying to figure out they must have gave them a lot of money to sell them or something, man, because we don't have it. We don't have it. The Arabs done took over. They got everything. It's sold up.
Yeah.
And if you do try to get your little corner store, their distribution, they got that sold up. They won't even let you use their distribution, the stuff where they get all their goods from.
Right.
They won't even allow you into that. You'll have to go find on your own some other distributor because they got it on lock. The same with the Asians. If you own a store or something and you sell hair and products and stuff, you ain't using their distribution. They're not going to allow that. They're not going to allow for you to buy products that they buy from their distributor. They got people cut out the deal. They got their own distribution set up and all of that. It's sold up.
Yeah.
See, they have what you call a network.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a network. And the Mexicans have a network, too. They have the same thing. Go over there and try to start a business. You can, but the products you're selling, you're not getting it from their distributor.
Right.
So you're going to have to figure something out.
Mm-hmm.
Every other race or ethnicity has a network. We don't have it.
Yeah.
The connections, like when they come up here, before they cross the border, they already got a job, dude. People don't even know that. They already have the job. All they have to do is get there. Who set that up?
Yep.
Who's setting that up? Where's our inner workings, our, if you will, underground railroad?
Mm-hmm.
Is something missing somewhere? I don't know what it is. I've been trying to put my finger on it, but I watch Milwaukee change, dude. Everywhere I went, every store I went in, from the shoe store to where it was a brother in there.
Mm-hmm.
And some kind of way, the late 70s and early 80s, all that changed.
Right.
So we just got to do better, man. Customer service is the main key. People ain't going to keep coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're so nasty and you got attitude. Why are other businesses successful? Look at them. Go look. Go for a walk into another neighborhood and see their store and see how they keep it up.
Real
and
time.
Then you'll start to wonder, okay, maybe I should do this. Maybe I need to come in early and sweep up all this garbage and stuff before I even open so that when people come, it look clean outside. Or maybe I should stay later and clean the inside of the store so when I get here in the morning, it's already clean.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, but we got to
knew.
figure it out, man. And we got to figure it out, or we're going to continue to just kind of like fade to black. We're going to fade to black.
We also need to get these gardens going too. Everybody should have a garden by now.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in Milwaukee should have something. Even if you ain't got no yard, all you need is 5-gallon buckets. Drill some holes in and get your garden going.
You know the sad thing about that, Tracy, and I hope before I let you go, the sad thing about that is we can't get some of them to even clean up their yard. So we damn sure enough ain't gonna get no garden. We ain't gonna get no garden.
I'll be dealing with that now. I got a nice little garden going. And I'll be wondering how the Gatorade bottles get in my garden.
There you go.
The wind is not blowing it there.
That's all I'm saying.
Picking it up, putting it in between my plants and stuff in my garden.
That's
it's a human doing that.
That part, bro.
You have a good morning.
You too, Tracy.
We need pride. We need to work on self-pride.
Yep.
We need that. We need to get our class back. We used to be some classy people, man. When I was growing up, I had some classy relatives, man, that was on point.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You know,
but we got to get ready.
Good morning.
Yeah, we got to get ready to take care of some bills. But the True Talk text lines are open, 833-212-1017. This is a real powerful discussion because, again, we are seeing our own demise. We're literally being ran out of our own communities when it comes to the resources and the things that we need for our own survival. We're letting other people come in, and that's what we're depending on. Another brother said, great morning, Blow. He said, whites aren't going to support black businesses in urban areas because they fear for their safety, actual or perceived. The only time they will take the chance is if there's a welfare office or a methadone clinic there. Hong is doing political black tracking. Absolutely. Absolutely. And another sister that also said on that Francesca Hong's previous statement on defunding the police, she's only changing her stance to get elected. Once she's elected, she'll implement her previous statement on defunding the police. And it's all good. It's all good. Great morning to you both. I got to get ready to take care of some bills. I do have another call that I'll come to after we take care of these bills. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM. I am the legendary Home Blow, and I'll be black.
Truth in the Morning returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
Educators Credit Union is more than a place to manage your money. They're where your financial possibilities take shape. They're more than transactions. They're conversations about your financial goals. More than numbers, they're community advocates who support free, local events that are accessible to all. They foster community because we are stronger together. Educators Credit Union is people helping people. Become a member at ECU.com. Insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility required.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Mommy, can I sit in the front seat just this one time? Please, please, please.
No, not yet.
But why?
Because I love you, and you're just not ready yet. Now, get in the back so I can get you in your car seat, please.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
You are listening to Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
I'm the legendary Homer Blow. Join Cousins Club Rewards today. Grab your first sub, and your next one could be free. After your first qualifying purchase, you'll earn a free sub and start collecting points for free food, exclusive deals, and even Cousins gear. Sign up today. It's fast, and it's easier than ever on the Cousins Sub app. Earn points online, on the app, or in-store. However you enjoy Cousins Subs, your rewards are right at your fingertips. Cousins Subs, we believe in better. Yep, you're going to learn today. Talking about black businesses and the lack of support, and what is the reason and how are we losing all. I remember there were so many family-owned, black-owned and operated businesses in our community. And right now, I mean, you have to really, really try to search to find even one. And it's crazy. We had an abundance of grocery stores, cleaners, just all types of different business, even liquor stores, like just all of these different businesses, the restaurants, the whole nine. And right now you have to really fight bakeries, all of that. And you have to see some of these businesses online talking about, if y'all don't come and support, I'm probably going to have to close my dream, you know? And it's sad. It's sad. And are we our own demise? I mean, what is it? We got Isaac on the Truth Talk text lines. Great morning, Isaac. Love you. Appreciate you. You hear the conversation. What's your truth? Isaac? All right. Thank you for your call. Are you there? All right. Nope. I don't hear it. I don't hear. Yeah. Yep. All right. Thank you for your call, though, Isaac. We love you and we appreciate you. Again, True Talk text lines are open at 833-212-1017. Mahdi said the North Side will be less black owners in the next 10 years. They buying up all these North Side houses. Yeah. And it is crazy. You know, is it a violation if you come in here? All right, come on. Yeah, come on in here. Come on in here. I am pleased to have stopped by to pay us a visit, and I want to kind of get his take on this as well. Yeah, you can go right there, and we'll get you situated up. Such a pleasure and an honor to be able to have you stop by. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know we're neighbors still, like right now, but after Xavier gets you set up, I will definitely end up bringing you in. But just this is a great morning. You know what I'm saying? It's a great morning, and I definitely we're talking about, and just as we get you set up, black businesses and the lack of support, and the businesses that we do have, how they're like becoming extinct. And is that the fault of our own black community? Is it the fault of the businesses? Because we know some black businesses, they don't do good business. You know, as Tracy had said, that, you know, sometimes you go, they say they open it at this time, they ain't there. You know what I mean? And you hear them talking what we would say is ghetto as hell, and it turns you off from trying to support the business. So are we just about ready, Xavier? Okay. I'm pleased. Okay. I'm pleased to have in the studio with me. He just happened to be, obviously, he's probably next door somewhere. And Tory Lowe.
Hey, thank you for having me. How you doing, Homer Blow? Homer Blow.
Powerful.
Good morning. How you doing, brother?
I am blessed, man.
A powerful topic.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on this, bro? Because like I say, we see a lot of foreign-owned businesses that come into our community, and we flock to them. We go and we don't question what that lemon pepper got in it. We just go, oh, lemon pepper. They just invented lemon pepper.
Right.
And your mothers and grandmothers had it on a spice rack for decades.
And the line is packed out for the lemon pepper. And,
Right.
And the thing is, if I had a chicken spot and I only use one ingredient, I'll be talked about like a dog. You just don't taste good. And then somebody comes that don't even eat the chicken, that'll spray like some lemon pepper on it, and now it's the best thing since sliced bread. So I think it's the mentality, and I think a lot of people. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, it's sad. When I was a kid, I was able to go to the corner store or a corner store in the vicinity of my community and get some chips and a soda from a black man, Lena's Food Market. You know? I was born and raised on North 5th Street.
And they were on 4th, yeah.
2351 North 5th Street, yeah. So when I say this, I said all out of love. I knew what it was like to go down the street and spend money with black business, And so my children may not never experience that.
That's crazy too, ain't it?
They may not ever experience that, and it's getting less and less of the opportunity every year that may not happen. Now, I can drive a couple miles or I can find a place.
But you got to search.
But you got to search for it, right? So is that the fault of anybody other than the communities? I think it's the communities' job to make sure that we have things to sustain ourselves and employ ourselves.
That's right.
Many times when you go on the South Side, you see Hispanic ideas. They're able to employ their own, and they're able to do things for themselves. And then we get to the North Side, and we have them over here too.
Right.
And then we have doing the same thing.
Man.
I think that many times we can point the finger at what's happening, but then we also got to point those four fingers, fingers back at ourselves. And many times, now don't get me wrong, the one finger is legit, but it's still four fingers pointing back. So you got to,
and your thumb is still pointing back at you.
Okay, yeah,
like saying that you are also important. So we can talk about it, but you got to be about it. We got Anita on the True Talk text lines 833-212-1017. Great morning, Anita. I love you. I appreciate you. You hear the conversation, and I'm joined by Tori Lowe right now. It's a great pleasure. What's your truth?
Good morning. What's up? What's up, Tori Lowe?
Hey, how you doing, Queen?
I'm good. How you doing?
Powerful.
All right. So let me wrap this up so you can have your platform up in there. So really quick, I agree with the last caller, and I will say this: we are our own issue. So we got this problem with saying, my chicken better than they chicken. My ribs better than they ribs. They charging that much for that. I can just make it myself. So we got that bad, but don't nobody be talking about that nasty chicken at the mother restaurant, or the poor customer service, or we a chicken place, but we don't have no chicken today. We just got French fries and soda. Like, we don't talk about none of that.
Right.
And then we turn around and then we like, well, you know what? I'm gonna start selling chicken because my chicken better than they chicken. And then next thing you know, you're trying to make your chicken. You ain't took one business class, one finance class, one customer service class. So now your customer service is trash, your food is trash, but you out there selling plates for $20, and now the restaurants and the brick and mortars trying to compete with that, but y'all talking about their food is nasty. It's insane, but y'all lining up at Popeyes and KFC all day. So I just wanted to say that, but I 100% co-sign what the last caller said, but we oversaturated with restaurants, food trucks, and people selling plates out their house. Get your hustle on, but at the end of the day, don't be surprised in how it impacts our community. All right, God bless. Talk to y'all later.
Absolutely, and you better understand that the Milwaukee Health Department is watching social media too. They listening at them posts and lives that you're doing, talking about, I got this out my house.
I wanted to do the house got an A grade.
And they going to come, they're going to come and pay you a visit like they've been paying some of these food trucks visits like, are you legit? Let's come in there and look at what you got. Because you should have this, and you should have that. That's right.
Who checking the temperature if it's all independent? Like I said, when I see this, I think that a lot of people, I went far as back as when they talked about integration. And I saw something where I used to be upset because before Martin Luther King was assassinated, they said a lot of black people really wasn't really dealing with Martin Luther King like that.
Right.
And it was because he was trying to get into these restaurants and sit at the front of these counters of people that didn't look like him.
Right.
And the black people's like, we got our own business. We got our own stuff. Why would we jump behind that? But since it was marketed and commercialized and it was made into a movement, a lot of people went along with that movement. But ever since we integrated, we lost everything.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people bring that point up as a historical fact. And now 2026, due to the fact that we still the only community that's integrating. Everybody is in our community, but if you go try to set up a business in other communities, you may not get it. You may not even get over there.
Absolutely
But everybody
not,
and their mama,
they
no
can
matter
come
what
over here.
race or creed, they can come. Because we the only ones, and I'm going to be honest, we the only ones practicing integration.
Yep. The real talk. Real talk.
So, hey.
We got Andre. We'll take Andre before we go to break. Great morning, Andre. Love you, appreciate you. Hopefully you're there. You hear the conversation. What's your truth, Andre?
I'm there. Well, thank you for taking my call, Homer. Hey, there's a couple of things that, I think contributed to the decline of some of our businesses in our community. Part of that was the decline of the middle class in the city. Before we used to have all those jobs, A.O. Smith, Evan Root, all these jobs around Allen Bradley, around Milwaukee. Then also a lot of, customer service plays a large part in all that. That will keep people away. Another thing is the hours. So, the people who are working, a lot of these stores close around 5 o'clock. And that leads me to my third point is crime, or fourth point, crime. Because again, when you have a place, it might be a nice place, but people ain't going to go there because I ain't trying to get my car broken into. I ain't trying to go there after I get off work because, in December and January, by 5 o'clock, it's dark.
Right.
People, especially older people, be like, nope, not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go over here where it's light and there's a lot of people.
Yep.
So
that's
thank
true.
you.
Thank you, Andre, for that call. I got to get ready to take care of some bills. Caller, I see you when we return. I've been pleasantly surprised in being able to be joined by my friend and my brother, Tory Lowe. So
hey, love you, Homer Blow.
Powerful. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. Now I can say we'll be black because Bailey will be black on Monday.
Truth in the Morning returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
At Versity on King, we believe taking care of our community starts right here, together. Every day, neighbors step up to donate blood, helping save lives in Milwaukee and beyond. But Versity on King is more than a donor center. It's a place for health education, community connection, and support, especially for families facing conditions like sickle cell disease. When you donate blood, you're not just giving, you're showing up for your community. Visit versity.org/VersityOnKing to learn more or schedule your donation today. Versity on King, rooted in community, powered by hope.
At Milwaukee College Prep, we believe brilliance lives in every child. Here, students are challenged, supported, and celebrated every single day. With small class sizes, dedicated teachers, and a proven track record of academic excellence, MCP is helping Milwaukee kids reach their fullest potential. Enrollment is still open for grades K-3 through 8. Spaces are limited. Apply today. Give your child a school where they'll thrive. Visit mkeprep.com or call today. Milwaukee College Prep, brilliance lives here.
For 250 years, our armed forces have bravely served America. Wounded Warrior Project honors that legacy by supporting post-9/11 service members and veterans like Anthony, a Marine who was injured by a roadside bomb in Afghanistan.
They carried me through my injuries, not just my physical, but my mental. And seeing other vets doing the same thing helped me tell myself, hey, you can do this.
Join us in honoring warriors at woundedwarriorproject.org/America.
In the United States, a vehicle is stolen every 31 seconds. About as long as this message. Luckily, you can take a few easy steps to protect your car in the same amount of time. Remove your valuables, roll up your windows, don't leave your car running unattended, lock your doors, and take your keys or fob. If you have information about a crime, call the police. If you suspect insurance fraud, also call 800-TEL-NICB. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
You are listening to Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Welcome, Black. We're going to go straight to the caller because I got to interesting. We were talking about some things earlier, and now that I have Tory Lowe in the studio, I can't wait to ask him a couple of questions about some of the earlier conversation. The caller, thank you for holding through the break. Great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. You hear the conversation. What's your truth?
Well, eminent domain is something that I consider when you drive on the highway, and it's ironic that we're talking about this during Brownsville week. Many black homes and businesses were taken over before you, I, or Tory Lowe was old enough.
Correct.
In you and I's case, to go to the store.
Correct.
And before Tory Lowe was born. So this has been in play for a long time, and we have to also consider the population decrease in Milwaukee. The time frame that Tory Lowe was talking about, there was nearly 1 million people living in this city, and now it's about 40% less. And so what I've noticed is black business looking different. And I just looked up, there were 1,063 black businesses in 1963, which is before 1964 when desegregation started. And so what we did gain is far more people, black judges, black lawyers, and people graduating from higher education since desegregation. So Martin Luther King definitely didn't die in vain. Neither did Malcolm X or Medgar Evers. So we didn't lose everything. I have to push back against my brother Tory, but glad to hear you on the radio today, Tory. And what we do agree on is reparations. We've never gotten what we deserve from this country. And so this whole thing about our business experience, I think is just changing, and we are getting older as it's changing. So maybe we don't see the change coming as quickly as some of the educated black kids that are being produced from our community. That I'm hoping that we pay more attention to, like you said, and we seek out. There's a book called The Black Pages, though, where you can't find black businesses.
Yep.
And I was trying to look up the total number of black businesses in Milwaukee today. So, Homer, if you would look that up before you go off the air.
I may not have time because we're going to I got some things that I want to ask Tory Lowe about. But, again, this is an ongoing conversation because it's an ongoing problem. So we will get to it. But thank
you. Hey, Homer, Saturday is the alumni cookout for historic Milwaukee, Washington. I hope I see your face, brother. Brian Beard.
Yeah, I'm doing okay, thank you very much for your call. I got to do the West Care Harambe Men's Health Fair earlier, and then later I got to go DJ a pool party. So I'll be busy. I got to go up to Hartford for the pool party. But Tory Lowe, pleased to be joined by Tory Lowe in the studio this morning and just being able to grab a little of his time. And to go back to earlier, first and foremost, there is a race that is happening. Vote August 11th. That's the election day. Early voting is going on now. If you can early vote, please do. Tory Lowe, haven't had a chance to ask you this question. In this governor race and this upcoming election on August 11th, who are you voting for?
Depending on who dropping out and who's staying in, but
you're so stupid.
I'm just
you're so stupid.
But I'll say this.
But I understand.
When the first time I started looking at the candidates off the top, I was gonna do David Crawley.
Okay.
Then he dropped out. Then I was like, okay, if he's gonna drop out, then Kelda Royce was kind of like, okay, she has good talking points, but then David jumped back in the race, and I said, okay, I'm back on David.
Okay.
And I'll tell you this why, because David Crawley is already running a county, already handling a huge budget.
Right.
And already making some things. He's actually touchable. You can see him. He's visible. He's not somebody that is not afraid to deal with the community straight up. And like I said, and his wife, Erica Crawley, is amazing. Over the last couple of years, there's been a lot of evictions and housing issues, and she's been in that space on the forefront.
That's right.
Dealing with that. And I know firsthand because I have to deal with that, and I see who's in these spaces. And when you talk about the governor,
Mm-hmm.
when you talk about David Crowley being able to manage the county and then going to a higher level, that's just the next step. And I think that he's just trying to take the next step in his journey. So I think that we should all get behind him and try to make sure that we do our part to see a family from our community in the governor's seat.
All right. Starting out earlier this morning, I ended up talking about Francesca Hung, who is now blackpedaling on a stance where she was having. And so what is your truth and feeling on Francesca Hung?
It's a lot going on with that. It's a lot going on with that. But I think a lot of her campaign is inflated. It's inflated by Republicans. It's no secret that they're trying to boost her because they think that she's a better opponent to beat. And when you talk about just politics right now, we live in Wisconsin. Wisconsin is still Bible Belt. Once you get outside the cities where everybody has all these different personalities and different ideologies, but once you start getting into the suburbs and when you start getting into the more Bible Belt part of the state of Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, these are all Bible Belt ideas where they believe in man, woman, still have those Christian beliefs. And they know that when you start getting to that governor's seat, they're not going to, a lot of women may not even vote for a woman that's not married or, having those certain ideologies. So that's why they feel like she's a better opponent for the Republican candidate. So they want her to be in that last space so they can actually, get the win. So I think that right now the best thing we could do as far as, and this race has been messy.
Yeah,
a lot of people have been paying attention to this race because it's been extremely messy. And they're looking at what's next. Every day in the paper, you got a scandal here, somebody not running organizations correctly, social media posts. But I'll say this, the Republicans have just been kicking back. And they playing games with the candidates on the Democratic side by inflating certain things with with Francesca. They actually came out, hey, we buying ad buys. We're trying to, it's all inflated. So what do we know? We know that, has she had any experience? She's been dealing with government. Probably, I heard she only passed like one.
Yeah, out of 248.
Yeah, so, but then you have David Crowley, who's been running,
and he's passed,
running the county, passing things. Actually has, the family idea, man, woman, child.
Absolutely.
And then you got the rest of those candidates that may not have a chance. David Crowley, endorsed by Governor Evers, gave him a huge boost. And now we see that, okay, here we go. This next week, Tuesday, we going to see. But at the end of the day, if we don't get somebody that's from where we from to be in those seats, to be in this space, we may not get nothing out the deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's all I'm going to say about that.
So I'm going to say this. If and of course, I'm with David. If after this election on August 11th, if he doesn't advance, who you with?
Mickey Mouse.
There you go. All right. All righty. All righty.
I'm just saying. Hey.
Hashtag that part. Hashtag
I'm just playing.
No,
I'm about to figure that out when I get there.
Right. Absolutely, man. But it's been an honor, man, having you pop into the building. I'm like, okay, well, I know you are in the building.
Right, I'm in the building,
the other side. You're on the other side of the street.
Well, I'm a reporter now.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I got to go up to the courthouse.
So, yeah.
I got to get over to the courthouse because Yasmin Hamid is in court today, the one that was recently arrested for the rental scam.
Yeah.
And so she's in court today, so I'll be heading up to the courthouse and making sure I do a follow-up on what's going on with that situation.
Yeah. She needs to go to prison, in my opinion.
Hey, it's some other characters, but we slowly trying to work our way to the other characters in the rental scam. But we got one down, a few to go.
There you go. Joined by my brother and my friend, Tori Lowe. Man, it was great to have you in the studio, man.
It was great to be here talking to you this morning.
Absolutely. Don't forget, coming up next, it's the award-winning Truth with Sherwin Hughes from 9 a.m. to noon, and followed up by the lunch break with Ray Nitty and maybe Shannon with their new hours from 12 to 2, and then followed up by Manan Sabir with The Grapevine from his new hours, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And then we tap in with Jazz Tyler from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., all Central Standard Time. I've got to get ready to get out of here. Today, I've got things going on. I will be DJing the 5th District National Night Out event. It will be at Carver Park, a.k.a. James Beckham Park, and that will be from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. today. It's free. There will be a lot of resources and free things for the community, so come on out and help the 5th District celebrate their National Night Out. I've been having a ball this morning. Again, thank you very much, Tori Lowe. If nobody has told you that they love you today, I want to let you know that I love you, and I want you to please have a safe and nonviolent remainder of the morning, afternoon, evening, night, and hopefully the things we have to talk about in the near future won't have to be within our minute degrees of separation. Love you, babes. I'm up out of here. Peace.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient